What is good, my fellow land lovers? Um, it's Casey Eugene here. As you can hear, I'm laying down, or I'm not laying down. No, this is someone that functions in societies. I'm sitting up and reading this. Not really. Okay. Anyway, I have taken a very long absence of doing my stuff, basically because I moved and shit gone down, basically. And here's chapter 5, An Old Friend of He Bites. Mark's point of view. I could feel Jack's fear as the night went on, his heartbeat picking up, the cold sweat forming on his forehead, the way he would flinch and cringe and then strain his vocal cords when he screamed. He was awake now, catching his breath, and I wish I could be there, soothingly run my hands through his hair and hold his hands to make sure he knew he wasn't alone. I couldn't leave, though. That would be reckless so close to sunrise. As much as I love to see him, I'm sure he'll get pissed if I burn myself to a crisp to do so. I could also feel pain on his jaw and stomach where that bastard had landed the punches on him. Sure, it was a healing extremely fast because because of the vampire blood in his system, but by this stage it was diluted, so it would be working much slower and definitely wouldn't heal him fully before the timeline. When our connection suddenly broke, I panicked, but then I realized 28 hours was up. Thank Lord he wouldn't have to deal with random side effects. I wonder if he was alright, though. How was he feeling? I miss having connection to him. I shouldn't get tested, feeling it would be dangerous if I gave him more of my blood. I wasn't sure how much he'd be able to handle, since I was wondering how he was doing. A brilliant idea popped into my mind. I pulled out my phone and grabbed the silver of paper. Don't know. With Jack's number on it. Mark. M is for Mark, J is for Jack, if you don't get the whole texting situation. Mark, you should put some ice on the drawer of yours. Also, what are you doing? He replied almost instant. Well, since I don't have classes today, I was just going to the library, study a bit. Study? What are you studying for? Maybe I can help. Maybe I could help you know the old or wise, or something like that. Clearly, just some history stuff like myths and legends. Well, technically I was a myth until up to a couple weeks ago. Oh, harsh. I'll text you when I'm done. Maybe we can meet up for some coffee or something. Like, sounds good. Wait, hold on. I can go up and down? Oh, wow. Did not know that. No. I closed my phone what the fuck? No, this is going to be... Anyway, I closed my phone deciding that was all the information I would need. Sure, I wouldn't be able to drink coffee with him, but I would be able to see him again. Something I really wanted to do for some reason. I guess he was just good company. But I knew that wasn't the true reason I wanted to see him. Though, I thought back to last night, when I levitated us off the ground, and I felt his heartbeat so close, how hypnotic it runs. I'm going to say rhythm. I don't know, it sounds good. How hypnotic its rhythm was. I think there's supposed to be H. I do believe. Was the warmth he gave my body. I could smell the intoxicating shampoo. It was sweet smell and suited him well. That rhyme. I enjoyed the moment. It felt like it was the only two of us, not you in the world, just him and I together. I chuckled and I realized I developed a crush on a human who saw me at my weakest state. Oh my god. My state of weakness. Sorry, that gets on my nerves every time I do it wrong. I guess I had a valid reason to have a crush on him. He didn't run from me. He gave me a chance. He was understandable, kind, funny. He was very fun to be around, and was very attractive as well. He was perfection. As I had stated before, the most stunning human I had ever seen. Now, I would add he's the most amazing human I ever gotten to know. Always trying to find the positive and good in things. I know that it seem as a weakness, but sometimes also strength. Also, there has always been this pour towards him. I wasn't sure if it was his blood or something, or some spell cast on him, but it was basically undesirable. I got to the kitchen, growing my nose. There weren't any blood black stupid tablets. I would have to drink before I met Jack, or I would be putting him in danger. I got my phone and dialed up an old friend's number. I hoped he still lives in this area, area. Stop it. What the fuck? Hello came through the speaker. Hey, Yami, it's been a while, I said, closing my fridge in frustration. Mark, is that you? Oh my, what has it been, 37 years? He asked. I could hear him grit his teeth as he said it. I know, I kind of disappeared, but I had to. They had a good tab on me, and I can't have that. Neither can you. It took me a while to get settled into a new lifestyle, but you couldn't blame me for being cautious. I said through the phone. Yeah, you're right. Those muds infiltrated our old area. I was forced out to at some point. Sometimes I wish they weren't so territorial. We could still be roommates. He said, yeah, I guess. Look, I ran out of blood bags for the week. Think I could borrow some? I asked, feeling a familiar itch of craving clawing up my spine. Oh, has your appetite increased? Did you end up on a hunt list? He asked. No, I just owe a guy, and so have anything? Alex, oh yeah. Come over. I'll text you the address. He said as I thanked him and ended the call. As soon as I did that, I got 2 text messages. One from Yami sending me his address. The other was from Jack asking when should we meet up. I replied, Jack, I replied to Jack, saying in an hour at the cafe near his campus. I teleported over to the address and stumbled a bit. It was harder to use powers if you weren't properly fed. I knocked on the door and it was opening on me, and it was open. Yami looked at me, curiosity. Why didn't you just walk in? Yeah, force of habit, I guess. I replied. My hand went scratch my arm. Went to scratch my arm shakily. Oh my, you're starving. Wait here. He said, running off somewhere. I tapped my foot impatiently. I need to calm myself. An image of Jack popped into my mind. I took a deep breath. However, as soon as I smelled blood, the image shattered and my head snapped in that direction. He tossed me over the open blood bag. I was quick to empty the thick liquid into my mouth, closing my eyes in satisfaction. It ran slowly down my throat. He threw another bag, which I gladly accepted. It should hold me until tomorrow morning. Thanks, I breathed. Anything for a friend. We should honestly hang out and talk some more sometime, he said. That'd be great. I have to go now. I got a meeting with someone. I said, careful with my words. If I told Yami a gorgeous human, he'd probably break something like last time. The government's coming for you too. They just don't get that some vampires don't enjoy killing, don't going on going on killing rampages, he rambled. I replied with short answers before I was out the door. I teleported to the cafe and saw Jack sitting in the window seat. I walked in and went to join him. Hi, Mark, he said, smiling. You ordered yet? I asked. Nope. I was waiting for you, he replied. His cheeks were a tint red. As he looked at the table, that's awful kind of you. I had a drink before I came, so I'm not getting anything, I said. He nodded in understanding. We talked about our past, enjoying the other's company. When a waitress came over, she seemed to be all over Jack, causing me to involuntarily clench my jaw. Jack looked over and the smile had faded a little. Are you alright? He asked, concern laced in his voice. He seemed to be completely annoyed the waitress that was trying to flaunt something she clearly didn't have. Yeah, I'm good, just thinking, I replied. He finished his order, then was quick to give his attention back to me. When his coffee arrived, he didn't seem to spare the waitress. He didn't even spare the waitress again, making me much happier than I should have been. Wow, it's kind of late, he said, checking the time. The sun had set a while ago. The moon was escaping its way into the night, expanding. Oh, God. Ascending. Oh, fuck it. You know the word, gosh. Ascending. It sounds so wrong. It's way into the sky. I suppose it has I lost track of time. I chuckled. I honestly was having a good time for of having a good time for the time to know that we have been there just talking for hours. Well, I still don't want to go home. Want to go for a drink? There's a pub a couple blocks down, he asks, smiling. Well, alcohol doesn't really affect me. I reply, good if I get drunk. Good if I get drunk, you can carry my arse home, he chuckled. Standing up, I wasn't thinking when I stood up after him and left the money on the table. I knew you would come if I said to do. Okay, I knew you'd come if I said or do anything stupid. I apologize in advance, he rambled. I enjoy how the moonlight illuminated his skin and sparkled in his eye. He truly was a mesmerizing creature. We entered the bar. I was surprised at the amount of alcohol he took into that small, perfect body of his. Hours flew by the bar, and the bar closed. Saying that Jack was drunk was an understatement. I was I was supporting his weight, getting him home. It was stupid of me to drink alcohol. I completely forgot what it did. It diluted the blood, and I consumed earlier, making me hungry. I started to crave much merrier than I should. Mark Dexter, his accent thicker. Yes, I replied, looking over to see he was staring at me. You seem hungry, he stated, a goofy smile, and stretched onto his left. I take care of it later. I simply looking away. I had to get him home fast. I couldn't be near him in this state yet. I didn't have it in me just to leave him on the streets alone, drunk, in fear that someone would take advantage of him. I couldn't even scratch my arm or do anything to detract myself from the craving. His blood sense was getting stronger and stronger and becoming much more appealing every second that passed. You know, Mark, if I was sober, I would tell you to help yourself, he slurred, leaning more weight onto me. Why is that? I asked. I trust you. You wouldn't drain me. I trust you. You would control yourself and would just take what you needed, he slurred. He was right, though. I wouldn't have it in myself to drain him. However, it wasn't right to drink from him when he was drunk, or drink from him at all. He wasn't some feeding bag. As I carried him, I felt another presence following us and turned around. Oh, Mark? What are you doing on this ice town? The voice I had only heard hours ago spoke up. I let out a sigh of relief since it was only Yami. Just helping your friend, I replied. Yami would break the building next to us if I told him the truth. Oh, and your friend is human? Is this boyfriend human? He questioned. No, vampire. I responded quickly. Murky, can we go to your place? I'm tired. He whined. The slur still evident in his voice. Seems like dude calls. I'll be in touch, Yami said simply before vanishing into thin air. I let out a sigh of relief and decided to company to Kapai with Jack went. I wish, since my place was closer, I would have teleported since I was hungry, but I knew it wouldn't get it right. It took a couple of minutes to get back home. I laid Jack on a couch and covered him with a blanket. He had passed out on the way here. I got aspirin and a glass of water setting on the table. I looked over to see him sleeping. I figured the alcohol seemed to have gotten the pesky nightmare out of the way for tonight. I wonder what it was about. I smiled at the adorable boy as slight sneers escaped his full lips. Sweet dreams, Jack, I said, the name simply rolling off my tongue. It must have felt nice. To say his name. It just felt nice to say his name. Made me happy for some reason. I pushed his hair up and kissed his forehead before taking the couch next to him and waiting for him to wake up. Well, guys, this is, Chapter 5 of He Bites. I will try to upload a hella a lot more chapters per week or per day, check out the creator of this. He's a really cool dude. Lynn, dude, I don't remember if I said his name right, which is really bad, but he's a really cool writer. If you have Wattpad, go check it out. He has more stories, but I just accidentally did this one because this is my favorite story, and I hope y'all guys really do like it. So, leave a like if you like this, subscribe if you're just now watching this. Comment. and I want to say something new. Like, subscribe, comment, And if you want to get notifications on when I upload my next video, that little bell for laptops or computers. Click that bell, said yes, you want notifications, and I will reply back to any freaking comment that y'all leave down in the comment section. Yes. So anyway, have a wonderful night, day, wherever you live. You never can be. What the fuck? Okay, anyway. Sorry. You never could be too sure. But anyway. Have a good night. It's Casey James signing out. Love you lots.